What's up, Niner fam? My name is JT Magnum. Welcome back to Niner News. And the San Francisco 49ers played a tough game on this past Sunday, playing in Chicago and losing to the Bears 26-6 in the snow. And it was a rough game to watch. I'm sorry that wasn't on last week. I've been really disappointed with this 49er team, and I just didn't even feel like making a video last week. That's how just annoyed I was. But I wanted to bring you something this week. I know I'm a little late. Usually I do them on Mondays, but there's a lot built up inside with this team and with me. I'm a huge 49ers fan. Like I've liked them since 1982. I'm just a big Niners fan. When they lose, it just bothers me. And even though I understand we're not a good team right now and we're 1-11, it still aggravates the living daylights out of me that this team was not far removed from a Super Bowl. This team could have done a lot of things differently to have made improvements to be still at the top. But they just rapidly declined due to just poor management, poor ideas, poor drafting, poor decision making, and just a number of different horrible decisions that led up to this point where the 49ers now find themselves at 1-11. They're one of the worst teams in the NFL, if not the worst team in the NFL at this point. And they're in just utter disarray, and it just seems like there's no way to claw out of it. And you want to see them claw out of it. You want to see them get better. You want to see them improve. You want to basically just make the doubters wish, or the haters wish that they, that the 49ers, that they didn't say anything bad about the 49ers. Like, you want them to go have a winning record, make the playoffs, and do some damage, hopefully make the Super Bowl, so that all those haters, you can basically say, I told you so. But at this point right now, they're all winning. They're all winning because our team just is exactly what they said they were, which is untalented, devoid of talent, just garbage. Right now, our team is garbage, guys. And I love to say positive things. I'd love to say all kinds of cool things about the 49ers, how good they are right now, and how talented they could be. But right now, it's just not looking that way. I mean, it just doesn't look that way at all, guys. And I don't know what to say. I mean, this last loss to the Bears, I mean, they were winning 6-0. They couldn't capitalize on some turnovers or some early things that went on. And they just, I don't know what happened in the second half, but they wouldn't even throw the ball. Like, Kaepernick couldn't throw it. He threw like 5 passes and then was pulled from the game. Gabbert didn't throw any better than him. And at this point, you're just like, screw the quarterback situation. Let's just put Ponder in. But Kaepernick is getting the start again this week. And I mean, he's our starter. He's just what he is. There's all this talk about him opting out of his contract and all this stuff. And I personally hope he does. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that love Cap, and I've said it for a while now. I think he's talented. I think he has a good ability to be a quarterback, but just not in this team. I just think his welcome is worn out, and he's got so many other things going on in his mind and his brain to play for the 49ers at this point, and I just think that maybe it's time to move on. Gabbert, I don't think is good at whatsoever, and Christian Ponder is not our answer, so therefore we need a quarterback. It's just, and another person that was really disappointing to watch this past weekend was Tremaine Brock again. Tremaine Brock has been getting beat on numerous plays, whether it's just nonstop. In the last game against the Dolphins, it was the same situation. They did a great job against Jay Ajayi, and the defense as a whole has done a great job against the run, considering what they were giving up the past few games, the past 5 or 6 games prior to that. But still, at this point, they're still not where they need to be. I still think they should switch to a 4-3 defense, given their talent and given the defense style that they play and the guys that they have. I think they're just playing themselves right now. I don't know how to explain it, but right now they should not be in a 3-4 defense. I don't know if you see it, but the defensive guys that they have right now on this team, they should not be in a 3-4 defense. They should be in a 4-3, and they need to switch. But they won't do it because there's just they're just stupid. They're idiots, and they don't know what they're doing as a coaching staff, in my opinion, and has a management team over there that they just think they could still run a 3-4 because in their minds that's what they want to do. But they need to switch. They need to switch. They need to get somebody in here that's a 4-3 defensive coordinator, write this team again, and just figure it out. But I don't know who it's going to be, but we'll see. What else? The linebacker play has been better as of late. The defensive line play has been okay. Now that Glenn Dorsey's back, it's been a lot better. But Mike Purcell is garbage. He needs to go. He was a big story last year. I remember he had that good preseason game against the Texans or the Cowboys, one of those two, or maybe both. I don't remember. But it doesn't matter now. It's far and a long time ago, and he has just shown that he is not ready to be in the NFL. He's just a backup, in my opinion. He shouldn't even probably be that. Yeah, Carlos Hyde hasn't been running well. The offensive line isn't blocking to the best of their ability, in my opinion. And this team just needs an overhaul. They need veterans in spots to help them out. They need draft some younger, different players, more talented players. They need to actually draft needs, like I've been saying for a long time. We need a quarterback. We need a wide receiver. The big news now, Trent Baalke. They're saying that he's probably most likely on his way out. Chip Kelly most likely is going to stay. Baalke supposedly met with Bill Parcells to figure out, get some advice on what he could do with this roster, because he's thinking he's going to stay, of course, and he's trying to figure out how to make improvements to what he's done, because he realizes that he's made a mistake basically for, I don't know what, 3 or 4 years now of drafting and ruining the team. And he's, as far as I'm concerned, I hope he's gone. I really hope he's gone. We need to get a GM that knows what they're doing, knows what the team needs are, draft for those, and start to build this team again and try to build it quick, because it can happen. Look at the Raiders. They've turned around from a really sorry team like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and now they're doing pretty well. And they've done it through the draft, through a couple good drafts and free agency. And we have the second most money under the cap right now. We'll probably have the second or first pick, depending if Cleveland wins, or maybe if we win a game or two, maybe we have the third pick. Who knows? But right now, at this point, we're in a good position to make ourselves better. But we need somebody to come in and actually knows who to draft and what to draft. And we need somebody with a good football, intelligent mind that can recognize what these team needs are and draft accordingly, and get some free agents in that can help this team out. Or get some free agents, draft accordingly, and then bring some more free agents in to help this team out. So hopefully we can do that. And I do have a dream scenario. My dream scenario is Chip Kelly somehow leaves and goes to a college team, which right now Oregon found the coach already, so that's not going to happen. I don't think there's any more spots open in college football for Chip Kelly. But my dream scenario would be him leaving and the 49ers. If I was the 49ers GM, I would offer Nick Saban all the money he wanted. Supposedly there was this rumor last year that Nick Saban, his people contacted the Giants and wanted to tell him that told him that he was, a little interested in the Giants job, and that he wanted $10 million a year in total control over the team, over GM, everything. He wanted to be everything for that team. And the way Nick Saban is, the way his football mind works, and the offense and the defense and the style and philosophy that he runs, he didn't do that bad when he was on the Dolphins, but he also did not have total control, and he wanted that. They didn't want to give it to him, so he left and bolted for Alabama. But the way he is and the mind that he works, to me, he's a better Pete Carroll, and in the sense that his mind, the way he works, he's so engulfed in football, and he wants to win so badly that he will do everything he can to build the best possible team, like Pete Carroll did with his GM in Seattle, and make it competitive for years and years and years to come. And he's the kind of guy that I want on the San Francisco 49ers. That's the kind of guy that I want on this team. And a lot of people might not agree. They might think that Nick Saban sucks, that he's not really, it's the players and this and that, but you also got to remember it's the guy that picks them up. It's the guy that recruits them. It's the guy that puts the coaching staff together and the way they game plan, the way they do things. And I think Nick Saban will work out very well in the NFL, as his players have. They've worked out great in the NFL since he's been there, and they've been drafted. So I really feel that Nick Saban is a good enough coach. But there's a couple other guys. There's David Shaw from Stanford that I would like to see on the team if Chip Kelly is let go or something happens. Or if Chip Kelly stays, I like to see a different defensive coordinator. I like to see a different offensive coordinator, maybe a Norv Turner who can come in and bring back the run and play action pass again, if we can get a decent quarterback in here. And now Vic Fangio. A lot of people, they're saying that Vic Fangio is going to be out the door in Chicago. I don't want him back in San Fran. I don't even want him back at all. To me, he had a vanilla defense, and yes, his scheme was good, and yes, he stopped some people at times, but it's not a turnover getting defense. It's not one of those like attack defenses. It's just basically play back and just let the team go down the field and then stiffen up in the red zone, and then it would be soft when it comes down to the end of the games and we couldn't stop people at the end of the games, and then they just won. Russell Wilson is a pure example of that when he ran around like a ballerina for like I don't know how many yards back and forth until he throws a pass downfield. Yes, he does that to a few teams, but he did that to us a lot because we kept rushing only 3 guys after him. You can't chase him with 3 dudes when there's 5 guys blocking for him. It's just impossible. And that's the kind of thing that we did all the time on defense. I used to aggravate the living daylights out of me, and I don't want Vic Fangio. I want somebody that's more of an attack style. Believe it or not, Jim O'Neill has attacked a lot, and I do like attacking. It's just his philosophy of attacking and the way his defensive scheme works is just giving up too many rush yards. So we'll have to see about that. I want Tremaine Brock gone. Like I said, I would love Antoine Bethea gone. Get another safety in here, or get a different, or let Jaquiski Tart and let Jimmy Ward back there. Or put Jaquiski Tart on the outside as a linebacker and leave Eric Reed in that safety along with Jimmy Ward, and get some cornerbacks. We don't need Jimmy Ward playing corner. Yes, he's a good corner, but we don't need him playing corner when he was a really good safety. We need him playing safety because he's a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Let him play safety then. Let him be our Earl Thomas back there. We need stuff like that. And the Gus Bradley's another one. He's another one that I would like to see as a defensive coordinator because he's probably going to be fired in Jacksonville. Maybe bring a Gus Bradley along, bring that cover 3 to us, see what we can do with that, and let Jimmy Ward, like I said, be our free safety, and let him decide who's going to be corners in that kind of defense. I just want a different defensive mind. I want a different defensive philosophy. I want just a different approach to this Niner football team. So let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm not going to talk much about the Bears game because it was just a debacle of a game, and it's not even worth talking about because nothing good came of it. But let me know what you think in the comment section of the team so far this year. Let me know what you think. Who would you like to see of a coach if Chip Kelly was to leave? Or let me know what you think who would you like as an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator if those guys are let go, and along with Trent Baalke. Who would you like to see as maybe a future GM? Or if you were the GM, who would you like to get as a coach to bring aboard if you were to fire Chip Kelly? What would you do, basically, if you were the GM of the 49ers? So it's been a difficult year, and we're going to hang in there. We're faithful. I'm a fan throughout. I get angry just like everybody else, but I'm mostly angry because I don't want to see this team who's been successful for so many years, and especially as of late they were successful, and now seeing them just drop like that again. It's really heart-wrenching. It's heartbreaking. And it's just real torture to watch. I mean, sometimes I just sit there silently watching the TV, and my wife just comes in and she sees the score, and she's just like, "I'm sorry, babe." And I'm like, "It's all right. I mean, I knew we were going to lose anyways. I just was hoping it could be more competitive, or be at least somewhat of a game." But lately it's just been tough. It's just been tough to be a fan, but you got to stay true, guys. You got to stay faithful, keep strong, and hope that it's going to get better. And hopefully they figure it out. Hopefully something happens where they figure it out and they just make some right decisions finally and get some good football minds in. All right. So for JT Magnum and Niner News, I'm out, guys. Till next week. Peace.